Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ugly truth. Tommy Bob, Shelley Winter. We are broadcasting
live our digital radio show.
These are two pictures, all right? Two African Americans, one the president, one the Secretary of State, both being aggressively confronted by white women. One a government official, the governor of Arizona, the other one a protester. Here's this white woman up in the black woman's face, okay? Now, if I want to go down this road that people went down with Jan Brewer up in the president's face, everyone said the picture on the left was overt racism and disrespect to the president. No one said a word about the one on the right when it happened. But both pictures, if I want to go down a racial road, remind me of any black student trying to get into a high school in Mississippi during the civil rights movement and the white people yelling at them. Now, that's an image that it provokes in me. Now, I know that's not what's going on here, but that's the image that I see. But why was one so much total outrage for one, the governor and Barack, and no one said a word about the other?
What was the one? What was the code? What is Code Pink?
Code Pink was anti-war protesters,
group.
and this was at a.
And I think that's the difference.
Since she was in that she was one of the ones.
Right, they were protesting.
All of that.
I think that's the difference. Okay. I think what the difference is that the code. Well, not just that. This woman is a private citizen who's part of a whatever activist group who is exercising her freedom of speech to address her. She's not an elected official, but by proxy or whatever.
So Jan Brewer doesn't have freedom of speech?
Well, let me finish. Let me finish, because that could have easily been Don Rumsfeld. I think she's making her political statement with the blood on her hands. This could have been Donald Rumsfeld or anybody else. Now, this right here is a different situation where people looked at it two different ways. To me, this is from me. One, I saw this as a disrespect to the highest office. The not necessarily the race thing, because like you said, this could have been Bush, could have been Clinton. That same situation is a disrespect to the highest office.
So it has nothing to do with race.
But to me, the race, now you can't see this in the picture, was the interview she did on Fox News.
No.
I understand
The picture.
I have to address that part because when I see the picture.
But not everybody that's thought this was racist saw Fox News, so you can't address it. You have to address it vis-a-vis the reaction by the public, by the viewing public. This picture was thrown all over Facebook.
But it wasn't. But it wasn't.
This was never sent anywhere. No one ever cared.
I think it's too
both
different.
Both of them have white women addressing black power figures.
The history he has had to go through being in office, how he's been continually disrespected.
Yeah.
People hollering.
She was continually disrespected. They had cartoons of Condoleeza Rice being a monkey giving birth to Africa. Okay, you don't remember. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I just said that to him.
President. She's not the president. We know the history.
But we disrespect presidents all the time.
We have to think in our minds of the history that Jan Brewer, right? That's her name.
Yeah.
Has with this president and everything that was going on. We can't discount that.
And I don't think.
And
I think
put her damn finger up.
But
who does that?
Can I jump in?
Who does that?
Wait a minute. That's two different things. She's not an elected official. Jan Brewer she's expected to hold herself at a certain decorum. She's the private citizen exercising her freedom of speech and making a political statement. But wait a minute, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. And with Jan Brewer, and it wasn't just the picture in and by itself.
Right.
People were pointing this picture out as a pattern that people have seen from the Joe Wilson yelling, "You lie."
But here's the thing: the point I'm trying to make. If you listen to what you guys are saying, and I'm going to go to the chat room. Avril says disrespect is disrespect with Dr. Rice or President Obama. The president was more popular. The fingers are a little extra. That's probably because the Bush administration was nationally hated. D Lines also says Condoleezza Rice just fell under the Bush administration umbrella. The fact of the matter is, everything that all of you guys are saying still has nothing to do with race. It all has to do with the context of who's doing it, when it's being done, and so forth. Because in this case, both people are African American power figures, both of them.
Yeah.
So you can't. My point of posting this and making this conversation was that unless you can't say these things are racist, because everything that includes the black president can be determined to be racist because he's black. So either you have to say everything is racist, including Condoleezza Rice's encounter with this woman, or it's all
Well, I think
It's all the same context.
Well,
because Jan Brewer being a government official and him being the president has nothing to do with the racial factor of his, nothing to do with race.
I think, but
It's disrespect to the office, but it has nothing to do with race.
Race is always about perception too. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
that's my point.
But and that's why I want to make the point of is that people saw. You already know when Obama comes into office. Whether you say he was voted in just because of he was a Democrat, or people hated him because he was black, or because or Republicans hate him just because he was a Democrat, there is this narrative of a black man in the White House. It was because that was if you want to say that's why he got in office, all of that's good stuff. So the everything that comes around along the racial narrative is going to be part of it. So Joe Wilson yelling out "You lie" at the State of the Union, when people the pictures of monkey pictures.
They've had pictures of monkey pictures before.
I understand that too.
So,
and people, no, wait a minute. People called those out as well. People called those out as well. So you can't.
No, they haven't. They never did. No, you know they didn't.
I've seen the pictures.
They never called out those pictures of Condoleezza Rice as a monkey giving birth to healthcare or giving birth to Africa was ever called out. Come on, man. Come on, man. The Condoleezza Rice has never been on a cover of Essence magazine. What higher disrespect is that in the entire history of black publishing? This woman, the most powerful woman in the world, even above Michelle Obama right now, has still never been on a cover of Today's Black Woman magazine.
That's a travesty.
That's a freaking travesty.
It is.
So let's not talk about the disrespect. Let's not. Huh?
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's Today's Black. Think of the magazine.
Yes.
It's Today's Black Woman's magazine. That's the title for Today's Black.
Goes by its readership.
Right. Condoleezza Rice is not. It's Condoleezza Rice doesn't.
I don't think that the readers of Essence are interested in
They should
having
be.
Condoleezza.
They should be.
It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter if you think.
You as a black woman should be proud to see Condoleezza Rice.
Right, on the cover of Essence.
Just as much as you should be proud to see Michelle Obama.
Exactly.
Okay, well,
you should be
not.
equal. I mean,
I'm not.
Why
I
not?
don't have to be. Let me say this. I don't have to.
You don't have to agree with her politics
Right.
to say that this woman has excelled at the highest
levels to be on the cover of a magazine
What does
for
that
Today's
mean
Black Woman.
exactly in America to have? What does that mean?
She became the
exactly?
Secretary of State.
That was so what? So
And head
what?
of the USA.
So
So
if
what?
your child,
And
if you're, wait a minute,
wait, let her talk,
and
let her
pretty
talk,
much
go ahead.
all her actions have been to disconnect herself with our community. Who cares, Tommy? That's what the
She
Essence
grew up-
readers in today's
she
black.
grew up
I don't give
in Jim Crow South.
Exactly, which is even more of a disappointment that she wants to
Tell me what she's done. Wait a minute. What has she done to disconnect herself?
That's what I wanted to ask.
From black
Are we
people.
really doing this?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you know why we asked Nicole, and please come back tomorrow. But because everyone in the chat room is saying the same thing fundamentally. Ed Ball says she doesn't really talk to her people. D-Line says being on the front of the magazine. Avril says, does Dr. Rice read Essence? Yes, of course she reads Essence.
Think so.
See, these are your
Why would you
perceptions.
assume
Why
that
would
she
you
doesn't?
assume she doesn't?
Perception.
Well, why would
I
you
don't
assume
see
she
her
doesn't read Essence
Why do
magazine?
you seem-
Essence.
Why do you think
I don't
she's any
see her
less black
being
than you?
interested in anything Essence has to say.
Why do you
Essence
think
is
she
about
dated a
makeup,
retired black
fashion.
football player?
I don't see this
You
with
never see-
Condoleezza. I don't see her being interested
Why?
in makeup and
Why?
fashion or actually
Wait,
the right
huh?
lipstick.
Huh?
What the
That's
hell is
just
that?
me. That is just
What is
me.
makeup and-
I'm joking on the slide, but you know what I'm saying. I don't see her
So
being
because let's
interested
assume
in
that she's not into makeup and fashion. You
And for
discredit her
Essence
for
is
being coming from Jim Crow South
Right.
and raising to the level of the Secretary of State, and you don't think that you could get on with the equivalent of a freaking Vibe magazine? I mean, Essence is not. I mean, I guess it's the
And
Black
Vibe
Woman magazine,
neither,
but come
yeah,
on, it's
Vibe
just
neither.
freaking the source. You know what I'm saying? Like, come
It's a source
on.
even printed anymore, but no, I don't.
No, I mean,
I don't think those readers are interested in Condoleezza. They are
Essence?
going to put people
And
on
why
the cover
shouldn't they?
And
who
well, that's
folks are
our point. Is
interested in.
I agree.
That's the point I'm making.
I agree with you. That's probably
And now,
why
you know what? And I really, you know
But
what?
the
And I'm
thing-
not saying this to get out of the conversation.
Right.
We can still continue the conversation.
because what you're saying.
I don't want to dog out Condoleezza. I will say that. I don't want to dog out Condoleezza Rice. I don't want to do that.
But I will say this,
But
Nicole.
the Essence reader, I would think, is not interested in seeing Condoleezza
And that's
Rice
a valid-
on the
that's a
cover.
valid
and I
point.
can bet you more than that. Her ass don't want to be on the cover.
Well,
I bet you she don't
you're
want
not-
nothing to do
Why-
with Essence
first of
or
all-
any of that.
Right. Well, first of all,
just me.
As a
Let's-
Secretary of
that's
State,
me.
I doubt that she's running around or the national head of security at one national
NSA director.
NSA. a professor at Stanford.
Right, provost. Not a professor, provost.
Okay, all of that. I get
Accomplished
all of that.
in fluent in Russian,
Right.
an accomplished pianist.
Yes.
I doubt that her goal in life
was
is
to be on the
worried
cover
about
of
whether
Essence.
she's on Essence
Exactly.
or not.
Let's
But
Essence.
let's not try to let's not try to
Yeah, yeah,
let's
yeah,
not try
yeah.
to
We
put
should
down
be.
Essence.
Yeah, we should be.
No,
We
you
should
will
be.
not.
We should
You will
be.
not.
We should
You will
be.
not.
Because
Essence
if
has
Essence-
always been there for black women.
If Essence
has
don't
always
want to,
been
if
there
Essence
for
don't want to
black
recognize a black woman who rose to the level of
Let's
Secretary
not
of
try to
State
put down
because she's not into
Essence
makeup and
because
fashion.
of Condoleeza Rice and would she ever want to? That doesn't matter. It's still folks that read Essence that are doing day-by-day duties and making a life and still making Black America great. So let's
she
not
does
act
it?
like
And she does
I'm
it?
not saying. That's why I said I'm not trying to dog out Condoleezza. I'm not saying she doesn't, but that doesn't mean that she's better in any way than the readers of Essence. That's what the hell I'm saying.
I'm saying she's a little busy. She's a little more busy.
Wait, time out.
That's like the other day when the whole conversation went on with the NAACP and Obama, and then they wanted to try to put down the NAACP because Obama didn't go. Let's not do that. Let's not. That's ridiculous. I don't think it's right to put down Essence and its readership because Condoleezza Rice, who has done all this speaking
But we
Russian
didn't, though.
and everything,
We didn't.
and
All I
of
said
that,
was it's
and
a
wearing
trend.
the wrong damn lipstick and hairstyle every damn time I see her. Don't want to be on the cover. That's the point I'm making. Neither one is better or less than the other.
I think if
Go ahead.
they were,
Go
I
ahead.
think if they did
Go
ask
ahead.
her to be on the cover,
Yes,
she
it
wouldn't
was
have.
a little trivial.
She
for
wouldn't
me to say
object
that.
to a little makeup.
No.
That's how
I
roll
agree.
with it.
No.
That's how
Listen.
we do it.
Listen. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just want everybody to understand what my initial comment was.
Right.
My
But
initial
I've
comment
never
wasn't
seen
the
that
diss.
picture. Right.
My initial comment was not the diss Essence. My initial comment was to diss the fact that Condoleezza Rice has never been on the cover of Essence magazine.
They asked her and she declined.
No, I've never heard that story.
Wow.
I'm very
that
close.
may never come
I'm
out.
very close.
That may never come out.
I'm
Who
telling you the
declines
truth.
a freaking photo
Cover
shoot?
story, and she just
Condoleezza
had a book out,
Rice.
and she just had a book come out. She just had an autobiography come out. I'm sure.
She doesn't want. That's
I'm sure
right.
her
And
PR people send it
don't
to
get me-
Essence.
You know what?
But
I
let
wish
me
I could
finish.
find
Let me
out.
say something. Let me say we can't find out. I'll call up to my friend and we'll call Kim Smith when we get off the air.
Which may be a question. Why would if with Essence, with this connection with our community, why would if they haven't asked her, why haven't they? Do they think what I'm thinking, that
I'm
she has no
thinking that they
connection with
think
our
what
damn community?
That's what I'm saying. I think that there's a, and here's the point.
You two, bro, she wouldn't even come on this show. Y'all are both too intelligent, brothers. She wouldn't even want to come in this
I
door.
wouldn't come on this show if I was Condoleezza Rice either.
Yeah,
Why?
I wouldn't come on the show either.
Why?
But that doesn't make her not black.
Why? Why though?
I can name a whole lot of black people who ain't gonna come on this show.
Why?
They not Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah. We can start a lot lower than that.
Right, and raise up to that point
You know what I'm
that are not coming on this
I
show.
know.